I think comes away with the win in this one.
And it is, once again, the Northern State Wolves, the Southeastern Oklahoma State Savage Storm as we get set for the opening tip. It is Kevin Buckingham that gets the tip for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Jaworski hands the ball to Jet Job. Job on the right wing. Finds Manick. Manick to Zadazic, back to Manick, now down low to Buckingham.
And you're starting to see there where they kind of got things going on the off ball and then fed it down low.
And Buckingham tries to get it out to Adam Jaworski. Jaworski steps on the sideline. Northern State will take over.
First turnover of the ball game. We talked about it just a couple of moments ago. That's one of the things that both of these teams really have to settle down and kind of focus on, limiting your turnovers.
Ian Smith to run the point for Northern State. Now to Gabe King in the corner. Back up top to Smith. Down low to Decker. Decker turns around, puts up the jumper. It's no good. Jaworski comes down with the rebound for Southeastern Oklahoma. He goes coast to coast and knocks it in with the left hand.
Beautiful drive there from Jaworski, being able to fend off the defender with his kind of right arm, put himself in a beautiful body position, and finish with the left.
And now up top is Gabe King. Over to Ian Smith on the wing. Down low now to Justin Decker. Back out to Kalman. Ian Smith once again. He's going to go down low, go up with the right hand and lay it in.
Talked about it before the game. There was Ian Smith, and now you see Northern trying to run their offense through him, and he's doing what he does best.
Jaworski again running the point for Southeastern Oklahoma. Buckingham up top, now to Job. Job drives down low, goes up with the right hand, no good. Rebound comes down to Northern State and Bo Freeze. Down low goes Ian Smith, has his pass blocked away. That was Buckingham. Comes down to Southeastern Oklahoma. Up with it is Jaworski. He can't get it to go.
And now you see both of these teams really just trying to find a bucket. Instead of letting the offense come to them, they are trying to go to the offense, which could cause things to get hectic.
And a beautiful drive on the baseline and a lay-in for Gabe King makes it 4-2 Northern State. Zadazic now up top to Manick and to Jaworski. Jaworski on the left wing, now up top to Jet Job. He drives down low, kicks it to Manick, who goes up and hits.
And there you see Manick down there in the post, kind of towers over his matchup a little bit, and that would be one of the things that we talked about in pregame. Kind of keep an eye on that for the course of the game to see how they utilize him in the post.
Ian Smith down low to Justin Decker. Decker faces up, starts to work toward the basket. Tries to go up with the right hand and can't get it to go. Back to Southeastern Oklahoma, Adam Jaworski. Manick now to Buckingham. Up top, it's Zadazic. His three no good.
And Zadazic came into this one shooting only 35% from behind the arch, which isn't too bad, but maybe not the best of shot selections for him right there at that point in time.
Ian Smith throws one away. Buckingham to the other side, a little nifty behind the back dribble, and a lay-in goes. Andrew Kalman on the right wing, down low to Bo Freeze. Faces up, takes the jumper, rolls around and in. Bo Freeze. Now once again running the point is Jaworski. He dribbles to the left wing. Now to Buckingham. And a hold is called.
I think you just got to let him play through that one. There's a little bit of contact on there, but two guys fighting for the proper position of their respective teams, and really just kind of one of those things that could be called, couldn't be called, depending on the official's eyes.
Gabe King called for the foul that time. That's the first of the game. Comes against Northern State. The junior from Irene, South Dakota. Into the game came Gonsalves. He takes the pass, hands out to Job, who hits for three. Ian Smith to bring it down for Northern State. Bo Freeze up top, now down low to Parker Fox. He kicks it out, shot is up and good. That's Cole Dahl for three.
I was about to say, beautiful ball movement there, and really that was kind of the thing that we emphasized, being able to protect the perimeter.
Up top for Southeastern Oklahoma is Jet Jobe. Now to Gonzalez. Down low to Buckingham. He's going to try to work toward the bucket. Can't hit. Down it comes to Northern State. And we move the other way. Up top tries to go up to Jobe. Now Jaworski. Rather Mason Stark for Northern State. To Bo Freeze back up top. This is Parker Fox. His jumper won't go. Jaworski into trouble, hands it to Buckingham. Now Jobe, he goes down low. His short jumper won't go. Northern comes back up with it.
Jobe's having a rough go at it so far, but look for him to get going here. As soon as he gets one to fall down, he's probably going to get the rest of them to start following.
Ian Smith once again running the point for Northern State. He gets it to Mason Stark. Hands to Bo Freeze. Back to Smith. Up top to Cole Dahl. His three. Second of the game goes.
Big three there for Northern, but a great job that no matter when the Wolves have came down and scored, the Savage Storm come right back and match it. So good job from Southeastern Oklahoma to come in this one.
The three-pointer from Jet Jobe won't go. Northern takes over. Ian Smith on the drive. He kicks out. Dahl looked for the three, couldn't get it, so he goes in for a two. No good. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Jaworski for Southeastern Oklahoma. Jaworski will work to the top of the key. Now to Zadazic. Down low to Buckingham. Buckingham tries to work toward the bucket. He gets it with the left hand. Cole Dahl has it on the left wing for Northern State. Now up top to Freeze and down low to Parker Fox. His shot goes. Northern takes a three-point lead. Jaworski to the top of the key. He tries to drive right. Tough shot won't go. He hits the deck. No call. On to the other side comes Northern State. Mason Stark down low. He hits the lay-in.
Good recognition from Northern there, being able to realize that, you have a guy on the ground on the other end, being able to take advantage of the numbers opportunity on the offensive side.
And it's Gonzalez, fakes up for three, steps over and then hits one. K.O. Gonzalez knocks down his first bucket of the day. Mason Stark working on the right wing. To Parker Fox, back to Smith. Tries to get it down low to Fox, who loses possession but off of Southeastern, and that will be Northern State basketball, and that's going to be a timeout on the floor. Right now, 16-14, Northern State the lead here in game two. Back at Bearcat Arena, this 2-7 matchup, Northern State with the basketball. Andrew Coleman up top, now to Mason Stark, into the corner. That's Jordan Belka. Gabe King has it up top. 0 on the shot clock, he hits the three anyway.
What a shot, he really just kind of threw that one up there, Curry-esque if you will. Got it before the buzzer, beautiful shot.
Just barely got that one off as Jaworski tries to go down low and he's fouled. That one's on Justin Decker, the senior from Huron, South Dakota. Second on the Wolves. Still no fouls on Southeastern Oklahoma. Zadazic up top now to DJ Henderson. To Adam Jaworski. Down low to Kellen Manick. He tries to work inside, goes up, hits, and gets the foul.
And, I mentioned it pregame. Kellen Manick might be the sleeper for this game. Obviously not a sleeper on the roster once you look down the stat sheet, but a guy that when you kind of give all of your attention to Kevin Buckingham, he'll find every crease and make do with what he has.
And when Buckingham's on the bench, he becomes the feature in the offense. Miles Nesbitt entering the game for Southeast Oklahoma. Nesbitt, 6'6" sophomore from Allen, Texas. First and only free throw up and good for Manick. That makes it a 2-point Northern State lead. Up top to Parker Fox. Onto the wing, now the shot from up top from Kallman. His three, no good. Rebound comes down to Southeastern Oklahoma. And Miles Nesbitt will bring it up. Job down low, his lay-in no good. Rather, it is good. They call goaltending.
Thought they might have called it, but they waited a couple seconds until after it went off the backboard, but eventually.
Back here at Bearcat Arena in a tie ball game. Northern State and Southeast Oklahoma knotted up at 19. Just over 11 and a half to go here in the first half. Bo Freeze on top now. Gabe King on the wing. Back to Ian Smith up top. Smith drives to the elbow. Down low it goes to Parker Fox. Fox works on Manick. His shot won't go. Southeastern Oklahoma down with it. And Miles Nesbitt. Nesbitt goes down low to Manick. Manick waits, goes up, and hits.
And this is where, Buckingham and Manick were going to be a problem for Northern. It depended if they could use their length on the inside, what length they have to try and defend those two, and they've really had their way.
Jumper from Bo Freeze from the top of the key won't go. Comes back down to Southeastern Oklahoma, and quickly for Jet Job. His shot doesn't go. It goes out of bounds. Off of Northern State. Southeastern will keep it. Buckingham coming back into the game.
Southeastern Oklahoma up right now, as you can see there on your screen. Beautiful job by them to stay in this one, Ryan, we talked about it. We didn't really know what to expect from this one after the first game, but we are getting a pretty decent slate of ball games so far in the first session.
Kevin Buckingham works up top now to Jaworski. Jaworski gets a screen from Buckingham and then kicks down low. Buckingham faces up, takes the jumper, it rolls out. Rebound comes down to Northern State. Into the corner now, Freeze up top to Smith, who will take the mid-range jumper, and it goes. Jaworski with it for Southeastern Oklahoma. Now Manick into DJ Henderson. Back to Manick. Looks at three but won't take it. Now drives down low, loses the basketball. Tries the shot, and it's fouled.
And it was good defense on the inside. I believe that was Fox to get the ball away from Manick, but just couldn't recover once Manick got it back.
Parker Fox just lost his balance there. Manick now to the line. Misses the first. Uncommon for Manick. He's an 82% free throw shooter. Manick's second misses, and Northern State will take over it. Smith to the top of the key, now to Kallman. Kallman goes down low. His shot from the block, good, and he gets the foul.
Now Northern looking to make it hurt on this end where it hurt for the other end for the Savage Storm. Not able to get the couple of free throws to go. Now they're looking to take a 3-point lead if they can complete this one.
Kallman hits the and one. 3-point Northern State lead. Jaworski brings it down for Southeast Oklahoma. Up top to Manick. Out to Henderson. Henderson to Job. Down to Jaworski in the corner. Buckingham has it down low. He's dangerous down there. Left hand won't go. Rebound bounces around, and a foul called on Kevin Buckingham. That's his first. Northern State works the ball down with a 3-point lead. King has it now up top to Freeze. Down low will be Fox. Parker Fox can't hit. Southeastern heads the other way. Jaworski up top to Manick. He'll take the three. No good off front rim. Rebound down to Buckingham. He gets the putback.
Not the best of shot selections from Manick. He was trailing and had it kind of wide open, but Northern was able to kind of close out on it and got to him.
Three-point jumper will go from Bo Freeze. That makes it a 4-point Northern lead. Jaworski tries to put a move on, loses the basketball, but draws a foul.
Northern State foul number 24, Parker Fox.
Parker Fox called for that foul. That's his second, the fifth foul already on Northern State. Jordan Belka into the game. He's a 6'7" freshman from Rogers, Minnesota.
And you can see him put him on Manick and kind of tell him, follow Manick wherever he goes, because we know the length that Buckingham and Kellen Manick bring. And I feel like that's kind of why they brought him into the game, kind of be that shadow to Kellen Manick.
Jaworski once again running the point for Southeastern. Buckingham's going to take the three. He can't hit. It'll come down to Northern. Ian Smith up top. He stops and takes a quick mid-range jumper. It won't go. Tough shooting night thus far for Smith. Down low comes Manick. Kellen Manick hits the shot, cuts the lead for two. Cuts the lead 2-2 rather for Northern State. Ian Smith looks at his coach and will run the offense. He's guarded by DJ Henderson. Up top to Belka. He then drives in, goes up with the right hand and can't hit. Rebound comes down to Buckingham for Southeastern, and they'll reset. Jaworski tries to go on the drive, now kicks out to Job. Job wandering, now going inside, loses the basketball. Kicks back out to Jaworski with 12 on the shot clock. Jaworski makes a move, makes a man go down, and hits the lay-in. Good move from Jaworski.
What a beautiful move from Jaworski to be able to free himself up and get to the bucket. Doesn't really come much better than that.
Ian Smith for Northern State gets up top to Kalman. Now into the corner, it's King. Gabe King can't hit, but a foul is called. Foul called on Kellen Manick. That's his second, team's third. And that'll make a timeout on the floor. We're still tied here now at 27 apiece. 7-0 for this Central Region quarterfinal between Southeast Oklahoma State and Northern State. Northern the 2 seed, Southeast Oklahoma the 7. At the line is Gabe King for the Wolves. His first free throw is good. Gives Northern a 1-point lead. The second for Gabe King drops as well. Jaworski will have it for Southeast Oklahoma, and they set up the offense. Job in the corner tries to drive down low. Turns around, goes up with the right hand, can't get it to go. Rebound off of Buckingham and out of bounds. Ball goes back to Northern State.
And this is kind of the continuous theme that we've seen throughout the course of the first 15 minutes of this game, that Northern will put a couple of possessions together, and then their momentum will be slowed down by the Savage Storm, and they'll answer back.
Mason Stark goes up with the right hand and is called for a charge.
And there it is right there. That's sort of the momentum killer where they kind of were in a rhythm, and then now you're going to be cautious to go down into the paint just because of the fact that you know that the post is aware from the Savage Storm and able to take those charges.
Keo Gonsalves into the game for Southeastern Oklahoma State. He's a 6'8" sophomore from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Jaworski will bring it down for the Savage Storm. Down low goes to Job. Jet Job has his shot blocked and a held ball call.
Could have went a couple ways on that one. Either when he got called in the air, could have called it the jump, could have went the block, or like they called it there, the held, or the hold.
Stark over to King on the left wing. Down low to Dahl. He's going to take the three-pointer. He misses. And the ball goes off of Mason Stark and out of bounds for Southeastern Oklahoma. Into the game comes Andrew Coleman. He'll replace Ian Smith. Interesting to see who they'll have run the point with Smith off the floor. Jaworski, however, running the point for Southeastern Oklahoma. He makes another man go down. Can't hit the jumper from the free throw line, but a good move from Jaworski. Northern State headed the other way with Coleman. Coleman kicks out to Freeze. He was looking for a three, but won't take it. Back to Coleman, now top of the key. To Freeze on the right wing. Freeze up top to Stark, who fakes up for three. Now kicks to Dahl in the corner. Three-pointers from Dahl tonight.
And he's feeling himself from behind the line, you know, he's got the sights setting in now, and they're probably going to start feeding him with the corner kick throughout the rest of this first half at least.
Gonsalves tried to go up with a shot, but he walked. Took a couple extra steps there trying to spin around.
And this is the dangerous part for the Savage Storm. Even with Ian Smith out, Northern able to start getting things in the flow of themselves and did a great job, especially on the last possession with the dribble drives, and then had Dahl in the corner. And they might be able to continue this for the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Kellen Manick comes back into the game for Southeastern Oklahoma. Northern will have the basketball. Gabe King now to Dahl in the corner. Dahl's going to take another three, and he nails it. That's 4. 12 points for Dahl.
Right on cue.
Southeastern moving down. It's been 2 minutes and 29 seconds since they've scored. Jet Job has it to Zadizic. Zadizic falls down on the way down, and Dahl is called for the block.
Thankfully for Dahl, that's only his first. Questionable call, but nonetheless, he's still safe in terms of his foul position right now.
Cole Dahl is a 6'7" junior from New Fulton, Minnesota. Marshall County Central High School, coming off the bench with 12 points. Zadizic will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. His first, rattles around and out. Kalman will bring it up for Northern State. The Wolves lead by 8. Dahl on the wing, now up top to Stark. He's going to take the three, and he knocks it down.
And now the Wolves are starting to feel themselves getting the rhythm and could make a big run here with the last 4 minutes of the half.
7 of 10 for 3 are the Wolves. Foul called on Mason Stark. Jaworski will go to the line, and he hits the shot.
That one's got to feel good for all the guys wearing yellow today on the court. You know, 3 minutes without a field goal, finally able to get one to go down, and thankfully he was fouled on this one. It gives them a couple extra seconds to compose themselves and be able to get back on the defensive end.
It's Mason Stark's second foul of the night, Northern State's 8th, compared to 3 from Southeastern Oklahoma as Jaworski hits the free throw. Smith back in the game for Northern State. He has it up top. Now is King. Dahl on the left wing. Dahl back up top to King. Now to Smith. Down low, that's Bo Freeze. He faces up. Tries to get to the bucket. Can't find a spot. 9 on the shot clock for King. He kicks out. King for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Zadizic for Southeastern Oklahoma. Jaworski to bring it down. Goes up with the left hand on the drive, and it's good.
Beautiful layup over a defender.
Makes 9 on the night for Jaworski. Ian Smith slows things down now for Northern State. Bo Freeze for 3. He hits it. Make that 8 of 12 for 3 for Northern State.
Shooting lights out, 67% so far for Northern State. And the Savage Storm could see this one run away from him if that continues for Northern.
Manick has the ball down low for Southeastern Oklahoma. He misses. Rebound comes down to Dahl, and here come the Wolves. Down low goes Coleman. He loses the basketball. Manick comes up with it, and Southeastern's going the other direction. Jaworski again, now down low to Buckingham. Buckingham works up. He hits it. That's where he likes to be, is down low in the post, Kevin Buckingham.
And they normally like to try and get Kellen Manick down there to pair with him and kind of run both boxes, but Manick kind of looking tired right now, struggling to get from end to end of the court.
Dahl has it on the right corner. Up top to Smith. Smith letting the offense run, gets a screen from Freeze. He goes up with the left hand on the drive, can't get it to go. Southeastern Oklahoma back the other way, and Jaworski. Jaworski, nobody guarding the bucket. He couldn't hit, but he gets a foul. And the foul is called on Ian Smith. That's the 9th. 2:06 to go here in this first half. Adam Jaworski at the line for Southeast Oklahoma State. Jaworski's first free throw, no good. He's a 68% free throw shooter. Jaworski's second will go. Northern takes over now with a 6-point lead. Ian Smith to bring it down. Offense works around him. Smith goes to the free throw line. It's Cole Dahl. Now down low to Belka. Belka kicks out for three is Coleman, and it's good.
And that is where we've seen this game kind of get away from Southeastern Oklahoma. It's not that they've taken bad shots. They have actually only one less shot made. It's the shot selection from Northern that they've made so many threes so far in the first half.
Jaworski can't get his left-handed layup to go. Ian Smith on the left wing for Northern State now. Up 9. Smith works to the free throw line, now kicks back out to Coleman, who'll take another three. That one won't go. Rebound down to Gonsalves for Southeastern Oklahoma. Job tries to get down low, loses the basketball, and Coleman tried to turn around and save it and ends up bouncing it out of bounds. Bo Freeze back into the game for Northern State. Belka will have a seat. Southeastern Oklahoma set to inbound. Kevin Buckingham on the left corner. Down the wing to Zadicic. He has it taken away by King. Rather, Smith, who goes up and hits it. Ian Smith.
I don't think Zadicic knew what hit him, or actually what didn't hit him, stole right by him. He just kind of had it, settled on it for just a second, and great quick hands by Ian Smith to turn it into points on the other end.
Jaworski on the point for Southeastern Oklahoma, down low to Buckingham. He kicks it out for three, no good from Gonsalves, and Ian Smith comes down with the board for Northern State, leading by 11, 30 seconds to go. Smith going to slow things down. About 3 seconds, the difference between the shot and game clock. Smith to Coleman with 8 on the shot. Down low, Ian Smith wide open in the middle of the lane. He hits it.
Good find there from Bo Freeze.
4-3 is Job, no good. Down to 0 on the clock. Long shot at the buzzer doesn't go. And at the half, 48-35. Northern State has the lead. Once again, 13 points. We're going to take a break and recap. Top of the key now to Smith. Over on the right wing to Decker. Rather now down low to Decker. Up top to Smith. He'll take the three. No good. Rebound. Rattles around and comes down to Northern State. They'll reset. Three will come from Decker. He can't hit it. Another offensive rebound. Shot goes up from Gabe King, and he knocks it down. Rather, Bo Freeze. Bo Freeze knocks down the two and draws the foul.
And the Wolves are just determined to make a three-point play somehow. Had a couple opportunities from behind the arc, couldn't get those to go down, so Freeze drives in and is able to put possibly put three on the scoreboard from somewhere.
Freeze's free throw no good. Zadicic comes down for Southeastern. Manick works it to Job. Job back to Manick. Manick drives down low, goes up with the right hand, rattles it.
And if Manick can kind of get to that right there where you see him catch it in the post, on the outside and drive it down into the post, that could really start to give Northern problems matchup-wise.
Smith takes it down low to Decker. Decker working on Kellen Manick. He goes up with the left hand and knocks it down. Decker's first basket of the night. Manick over to Job. Job working down low, goes up with it with the right hand and can't get it to go. Back comes Ian Smith in Northern State. And throws it away out of bounds. Southeastern will take over.
And I think that one just got away from Smith. Not an intentional pass or anything. Didn't go off the referee. He knew as soon as that one came out of his hands that it slipped a little bit and claps his hands. They'll be able to get back on defense on this one.
Todd Dawkins, a junior from McAllister, Oklahoma, into the game for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Zadicic has it on the right wing. Dribbles to the top of the key and kicks to Manick. Manick trying to go down low again. Now it's Dawkins. Down low to Manick with 9 on the shot clock. Goes up with the right hand and hits it. Kellen Manick once again. That's 15 points on the night.
And Dawkins, a guy that only plays about 13 minutes a game, but he's played in 27 games this season for the Savage Storm, and so he's pretty familiar, although coming off the bench.
Stolen by Buckingham. He goes up and just sort of lets it go into the basket. Cuts the lead to 9. Ian Smith, the floater with the right hand goes. Back the other way comes Southeastern Oklahoma. Things starting to speed up a little bit. Manick, now to Zadicic. He's going to take the three, knocks it down.
Beautiful job from Zadicic. He's shooting 35% from 3 on the year.
Gabe King on the left wing. Up top he goes to Freeze, but a foul called down low away from the ball. Buckingham called for the foul, his second. 2 already for Southeastern Oklahoma State here in this second half.
Buckingham has 2, Manick has 1. As soon as this starts to progress a little bit, they start to play a little more aggressive. You cannot let those 2 guys get in foul trouble.
Ian Smith has it up top now to Kallman. He's going to take the three. Kallman hits it. Second three of the night for Andrew Kallman. Jaworski to bring it down for Southeastern Oklahoma. Another foul called. This one on Parker Fox.
Going back to the other end, that's what we talked about during halftime. You can't let that happen to you if you're Southeastern Oklahoma. It was just kind of the case where you slumped off a little bit to try and help the post and then didn't get a hand up on your closeout, and that's kind of what made it such a good shot selection for the Wolves.
Manick has an open shot for 3, takes it, might have been tipped. It was short, and then the rebound comes down out of bounds. Northern State to take over. Into the game comes Cole Dahl. Was the leading scorer, still is the leading scorer, rather, for Northern State. He had 12 in the first half. Ian Smith to bring it down for the Wolves. Smith gets a screen from Decker, kicks out in the corner for King. His shot won't go. Good effort from Decker, and he knocks it off of a Southeast Oklahoma player and out of bounds. Northern State will keep possession. Timeout on the floor. Northern State leading by 11, 57-46. Just under 16 to go here in this second half. We'll take a break and bring it right back. It's Central Region Basketball on the MIW. Northern State leading Southeast Oklahoma State in a 2-7 matchup, 57-46. Just under 16 to go here in the second half. Ian Smith will trigger it in for Northern State. Smith gets it in to King. Back to Ian Smith, and they'll set up the offense. Mason Stark now on the right wing. Stark hands off to King, to Dahl. Back up top to King. Now Ian Smith on the left wing. Smith drives down low, goes up with the right hand. Can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Southeast Oklahoma. Jaworski going down low to get the bucket. Cuts the lead to 9.
And this is how the second half has kind of started. You know, Southeastern Oklahoma will get something going, and then Northern answer right back with a momentum killer for them, which is how we saw the first half start for both teams as well.
Stark has it top of the key for Northern State. Down low to Decker. He's going to turn around and take the jumper. He hits it. Jaworski to bring it down for Southeast Oklahoma. Manick, top of the key. Down low to Job, cutting. Can't get to the bucket. Jaworski's going to take the three. He hits it. And you mentioned he was a 50% free throw shooter. There it is.
And there he is. Now it's 26 for 51 on the year. And if they're going to try and get back into this one and match the shooting that Northern's brought to this ball game, they're going to have to continue to feed it to Jaworski on the outside.
15 now for Jaworski. As a scrum is broken out on the floor for the basketball, it comes out to Decker, and he gets it to Smith to reset with 9 on the shot clock. Smith tries to drive, has his shot blocked by Jaworski. It goes out off of Southeastern Oklahoma. Northern State keeps the basketball with 6 on the shot clock.
Good job there from Jaworski. Kind of just put his hand straight up and jumped with them, and was fortunate enough for him to be able to catch a piece of the ball and realize exactly the position he was in.
Cole Dahl with a long three, and he hits it. Cole Dahl, that's his 5th of the night.
And Dahl has been lights out. That one from Curry range, that was about 6 or 7 feet behind the three-point line.
Job goes up with the left hand on a drive. He draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Jet Job, 73% free throw shooter, will head to the free throw line.
They've only shot 43% from the free throw line in this game, 3 of 7. That's not quite where you want to be, because you hit the other 4, and you're relatively closer, and it feels a little bit better about you feel a little bit better about yourself than the position that you're at now.
Job cuts the lead to 10 with his first free throw. It's set for the second. Knocks it down. That brings the team above 50% for the night. Ian Smith to bring it up for Northern State. Smith into the corner to Stark. Back to Smith. Back to Stark. Now to Dahl. Corner for another 3. You bet. That's 6 now for Cole Dahl.
6 for 7 from Cole Dahl. 18 points in this one, and he is not slowing down so far in this second half.
Down low to Jet Job for Southeastern. Now to Manick. Hands off to Jaworski. Now to Zadizic. Zadizic steps out, looks at a 3, but he's not going to take it. Kevin Buckingham gets down low, goes up with the right hand and knocks it down. He's got those post moves down there.
And it was a good one. He hit him with the jab step inside, was able to use his right hand to come back outside and put enough spin on it to where it was able to roll in after it hung on the rim.
Smith to Mason Stark in the left corner. And a foul called down low. Off the ball, we'll see what it is. It's Kevin Buckingham. I think that's his 3rd.
That is Buckingham's 3rd, and he's been quite an impact down there in the post, forcing Northern to be able to kind of crash that, and that's given them some opportunities on the outside. But with just Manick in terms of impact players in the post, you're going to run into a little bit of difficulty come when he's on the bench.
K.O. Gonsalves enters the game for Southeastern Oklahoma, rather. Mason Stark has it for Northern State. He's going to take the jumper. No good. Rebound comes down to Southeastern. Jaworski to bring it down. Jet Job on the left wing. Now down low to Manick. Manick going to work the post. Goes up with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Northern heads the other way in the 10-point ball game. Oldall now to Mason Stark. Stark up top to Kalman. Back to Coldall. Down low now to Decker. He tries to work toward the bucket. And a foul called on Kellen Manick.
And you saw Job there when Dahl got it out in the post. He kind of just had his hands out anticipating for him to pass it. But we know that Northern's able to pull up at any time with any of these players. So when you close out, you have to come with the hand up. Otherwise, they're going to have the shot over you.
Decker, top of the key. He drives down low, has his shot blocked by Gonsalves, and we're headed the other way. Zadizic for three, no good. Rebound comes down to Gonsalves. He got the block on one side and a rebound on the other. Jaworski will take it for Southeastern. He drives. Now kicks back out to Gonsalves. Jet Job. Job goes around the baseline, kicks back out to Jaworski. 12 on the shot clock. Jaworski tries to go down low, and he's pushed. Foul called on Decker. And that will be a timeout on the floor. 11:35 to Oklahoma State, 65-55. Just over halfway left to go here in this second half. 11:35.
And although it's a 10-point ball game, you know, the first one at times was a lot more spread than this, and then it would get closer. But even though it's been consistently a 10-point ball game, it feels a lot closer than that just because of how both teams are intensely playing so far in the second.
Jaworski resets the offense off the offensive rebound. He's going to take a three-pointer. Had to kind of double set that one to take it. Must have lost it in his hand, and it won't go. Down low goes King. He goes up with the right hand and hits it. Strong drive from Gabe King.
Good job from Manick, you know, going straight up. Kind of just let him get that, or get to the bucket on that one, not drawing another foul and putting yet another post player for the Savage Storm in foul trouble.
Jet Job over to Gonsalves for Southeastern Oklahoma. Down low to Kellen Manick, and the charge is called. Manick lowered the shoulder. Kalman hit the deck, and we're going the other way.
So there it is, Manick's third. Buckingham is on the bench with three. So now both of your primary post players for Southeastern Oklahoma on the bench, not in a position that you want to be in.
And now they bring Buckingham back into the game with 3 fouls. So even if he's not on the bench, he may be operating with a little bit of a handicap. Smith tried to go up. Foul is called on the rebound. And that foul is going to be on Parker Fox as he goes flying over the top to get the rebound there.
And now that's his fourth. So as we approach the last half of the second half, guys are going to start getting into foul trouble a little bit, and we could see a shift in how both offenses kind of run their sets throughout the course of the rest of this game.
Parker Fox, a 6'8" redshirt freshman from Matameti, Minnesota. Been a good contributor for Northern State tonight, but 4 fouls. Buckingham has it on the low block. He's going to try to work the post. Goes up with the left hand and gets it to go. Northern has it to Kalman on the right wing. Up top to Smith. Ian Smith resets to run the offense. Gets a screen from Decker. Now to Kalman, who fakes up for 3. Now goes down low. Draws contact. It's a blocking foul. Shot won't go.
And you hear the fans in Bearcat Arena didn't agree with that one too much. Could have went either way. I thought he had his feet planted, but not with the official saw.
Tough to tell down there. That's certainly a call that could go either way. And this time it goes toward the blocking foul, and Andrew Kalman will have 2 shots at the free throw line. Kalman 1 for 1 at the line already tonight. And make that 1 for 2 as he misses the first. Second also rattles out. Southeastern takes over after the missed free throws. With Jaworski running the point again. He gets down, goes baseline. Now hands to Jet Jobe, who fakes up. He goes baseline, rolls it up, no good. And the ball is off of Gonsalves and out of bounds. Ian Smith to bring it up for Northern State. Hands it off to Kalman, now back to Smith on the right wing. Back up top to Kalman. Fakes up, now tries to drive. Kicks out to Gabe King. King goes down low, hands it off to Decker, who hits the shot and draws the foul. One free throw coming from Decker. And it goes. Makes it a 13-point Northern State lead. Work to do for Southeast Oklahoma as Jaworski brings it up. To Gonsalves. Turns around, nearly loses the ball, and then does. Tried to pass it to Buckingham, who couldn't hang on to it.
And you can see the ball fakes at the top towards the perimeter for Southeastern Oklahoma State aren't as efficient or aren't working as well for them as they are for Northern State. That's mainly a contributor due to the fact of the three-point shooting for Northern State. Obviously, you got to make defenders aware when you can shoot that well from outside.
DJ Henderson enters the game for Southeast Oklahoma as Ian Smith takes a jumper. It won't go. Henderson, a 6-foot senior from Mesa, Arizona. Meanwhile, Jaworski trying to go coast to coast and knocks it down. Cuts the lead to 11. Ian Smith at the top of the key for Northern State. Gets a screen from Decker. Kicks out to Kalman. Kalman tries to go to the corner and has it stolen. Jet Jobe headed the other way. Jobe kicks out to Jaworski. Up top to Buckingham. He's going to take a three, and he's got it. Kevin Buckingham missed his first three, knocks down his second of the game.
And that might be the biggest because great rotation to cover the corners for Southeastern Oklahoma on the defensive end, and then able to turn that into a three-pointer from Buckingham on the other end. Could see a little bit of shift in momentum now.
And another pass thrown away. Another turnover for Northern State. Southeastern will take over after this timeout. 70-62, Northern State has the lead. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the game. Oklahoma has the basketball after a Northern State turnover.
And this down by 8 could be, when you look back at the course of this ball game, if the Savage Storm are able to come back and finish this one off against the 2 seed, this could be the possession that sparked everything for them.
Kevin Buckingham has it for the Savage Storm. Now to Jaworski. He goes back down to Buckingham on the alley-oop. He lays it in.
And there it is, a little bit of spark that they needed. Buckingham had a quiet first half. We talked about it at halftime, and now able to pick things up and get himself going here in the second with that three, and then the finish on the oop.
Cuts the Wolves' lead to 6. Ian Smith for Northern State goes down low, has it blocked, but a foul call. And the foul is called on Gonsalves. Eighth of the game for Southeast, rather the second half for Southeastern Oklahoma. Second of the night for Gonsalves. Ian Smith will go to the line.
We've seen the fouls flipped. It's been a tale of two halves in terms of fouls. You know, Southeastern Oklahoma, I think, finished the first half with either 3 or 4. And then Northern finished the first half with about 8 or 9. So different story here in the second.
Smith hits 1 of 2. Not a great free throw shooting night for either team. Both teams 5 of 9 from the line at the moment. Jaworski will set up the offense for Southeastern Oklahoma. Kevin Buckingham working at the top of the key, as he has been the last couple possessions. Jaworski thought he had some space from 3, but he's not going to take it, then gets down low, patiently awaits, and goes up with the right hand, cuts the Northern State lead to 5.
And this is where, you know, you just mentioned it, both teams 5 of 9 from the charity stripe. If Southeastern Oklahoma was able to focus a little bit more and see that ball through the bucket, it would only be a 1-point game right now.
And a spin move from Decker. He loses his balance, and I think that might have been with a little assistance from K.O. Gonsalves. They called the foul on Gonsalves. That's his third now.
Just a little bit, and, you know, you Buckingham is in a little bit of foul trouble. Gonzalez is now in a little bit of foul trouble. And then Kellen Manick is as well. So you have to kind of pick your poison of what guy you want to tack some more fouls on potentially.
Decker's free throw won't go. Rebound comes down to Northern State, but they can't hit the shot. So Southeastern Oklahoma will take over. As you mentioned, 3 big men, all with 3 fouls for Southeastern Oklahoma State. Jaworski has it for the Savage Storm. Top of the key. He's going to drive. Gets down low now, kicks out to Henderson. Henderson back to Jaworski. He goes all the way around, turns around, goes to the bucket with 5 on the shot clock, but he traveled.
And on the first cut of that possession, when they first came down in their half-court set, Jaworski got the pick and roll to Buckingham and had the exact same play that they had about 3 or 4 possessions ago where he lobbed it up to him and he was able to finish at the rim. Didn't quite see it that time, and that might come back to cost them.
And Northern State now with the basketball. It's Stark on the left corner, now to Decker. Decker working down low, goes over Gonsalves and hits the shot. Extends the Northern State lead back to 7. Jaworski to Henderson, now Buckingham up top. Left wing for Jobe, now up top to Jaworski. Jay Henderson down low to Kevin Buckingham. Buckingham decides he's going to work in the post. Backs down his defender, goes up with the left hand, draws the foul and hits the shot.
Buckingham said, you know, you kind of missed me on the last one. I'm going to put it in my own hands, make them pay in the post. And this lead is just chipping away for Northern State.
Opportunity with the free throw to cut it to 4 here. Buckingham's free throw, no good. He's an 80% free throw shooter, but he couldn't hit that one. Ian Smith, top of the key, now to King. Into the corner, it's Cole Dahl. He hits another one. Dahl's 7th of the night.
And Dahl, if Northern's able to hang on to this one, Dahl has to be your player of the game. A guy that, you know, had the potential to go off this game, but you didn't quite expect him to, and he's done just that with 21.
Gonsalves has it. Now Jet Jobe, top of the key. He fakes up for 3, then steps back for another. Can't hit it.
And Jobe, I think, you know, Ryan, shooters shoot, but at this point you might have to pull yourself back a little bit to kind of help your own team. He's 2 of 13 on the night, 1 of 4 from 3, and that shot could have been a lot better in terms of selection.
Yeah, just hasn't quite had it tonight shooting the basketball. Meanwhile, King goes down low, has a shot blocked by Gonsalves, and it goes out off of Southeast Oklahoma. Still in an 8-point game here, just under 5 to go here in the game.
And Gonsalves out off the bench has been a strong inside presence in replacement of Manick since he went to the bench. He's had 3 blocks so far.
Mason Stark goes down into the lane and hits the shot. That makes the lead 10 for Northern State. Jaworski to bring it up for Southeast Oklahoma. Hard-fought matchup here today between these two teams. Jaworski on the drive, finds some open space and hits it. Headed the other way is Northern State with Ian Smith. Now Gabe King and Cole Dahl. Mason Stark at the top of the key, now to Decker. Decker's going to take the 3, and he hits it. Northern State make it 14 of 22 from 3. That's 63% on the day.
And this is just one of those things that is really out of the hands of Southeastern Oklahoma State. Great defense there, and he's just able to put that one in.
Down low goes Kevin Buckingham. Foul called on the floor on Northern State. Ian Smith called for the foul on that one. Brings us under 4 minutes, which means there's timeout on the floor. Back here at Bearcat Arena on the campus of Northwest Missouri State University. Southeastern Oklahoma will inbound in this 2-7 matchup, trailing by 11. Jet Jobe, top of the key, now to Jaworski. To Gonsalves in the corner, down low to Buckingham. Kevin Buckingham working the post, has a shot tipped. And the rebound comes down to Northern, now tipped around to Buckingham. And he'll kick it out. Gonzalez is going to take the three at the shot clock. Can't hit it.
And now, the shot clock was winding down, but even before then, Buckingham's trying to take this game over, put it into his own hands, and get the Savage Storm back into this one. And that might not be the route that they have to take if they want to have a chance to get back in it.
Ian Smith with it for Northern State. Now Gabe King, he gets a screen from Parker Fox. Andrew Coleman with 6 on the shot clock. Ends up driving now, kicking to Dahl at the shot clock with contact. No foul called and a shot clock violation called because that one missed everything.
And shockingly, for one of the very few times tonight, we did not see the ball go in the basket when it left Cole Dahl's hands.
Yeah, that's going to make him, I believe, 7 of 8 from 3, 7 of 9 from the field on the night. 21 points. Pretty good night.
I would say so.
And Jaworski steps on the baseline, and that's going to go the other way to Northern State now. And Southeastern Oklahoma is going to set up the press.
And now it's kind of, with their season on the line, win or go home for these teams, it's kind of now desperation mode. You either get the stops and then force it on the other end and score, or that's going to be the end of the season for Southeastern Oklahoma.
Northern State does beat the press, and Ian Smith has it on the point. Working on DJ Henderson. Gets a screen from Freeze. Now into the corner to Gabe King. He goes up with the right hand and hits it. 13-point lead now for Northern State.
And you saw Manick kind of just step out of the way of that one. Had the opportunity to go up and contest it, but didn't want another foul.
Floater from Jaworski goes. Brings the lead down to 11 for Northern State. Southeastern Oklahoma will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. 83-72.
For 2 on the floor right now. Gonzalez is 1 for 4. Henderson hasn't taken a shot, and Jet Job is 1 for 4. So maybe this is where we see Jet Job get going a little bit. He's 2 for 13 right now, but he could have a breakout time here in these last 2 minutes.
Yeah, Northern State throws away the inbound, so Southeastern Oklahoma will take over. No time came off the clock for that turnover. And that's the second time now that the officials have had to tell the Northern State bench to sit down. Getting a little rowdy over there.
And I know that situation-wise, you still want to make sure that your team wins.
Big three from Buckingham and a timeout for Southeastern Oklahoma. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No,
you're good. Continue with what you were saying.
Situation-wise, 2 minutes left. Yes, you want to secure the win, especially after a shot like who inbounded it last time, but now they're going to send Bo Freeze to inbound the ball, and we'll see if he can stay a little bit more composed this time.
And Freeze again will set to inbound. He's going to go deep with it. It's tipped by Buckingham and taken over by Southeastern Oklahoma. Buckingham's going to take another three. He knocks it down.
And there it is, said Buckingham or Jaworski was going to have to hit a couple of threes to get back into this one, and they did just that.
And it goes out of bounds off of Northern State. Southeastern's going to take over down 5 with a minute and a half to go.
We've seen them in this position before quite a few times in the game. They were good with it in the first half, being able to stay in there, let it get away, and now game. You come to the last 2 minutes, and things start to get a little frantic. So it'll be interesting to see how this last minute and 39 plays out.
And this is one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the game. Northern State, not a great turnover margin for the season. Maybe the one thing they didn't do very well.
He had Jet Job on the cut, just missed him. It would have been an easy 2.
Kevin Buckingham works down low. Buckingham with the left hand. He's taken over this ball game, folks. He scored the last 8 for Southeastern Oklahoma. Northern State now on the break and a jam.
And that's okay if you're Southeastern Oklahoma. You can let that one up because you know you're giving that up with the press, and you've played so well on the last few possessions. You're confident you can make that up.
Jaworski goes down low. Tries to get it to Buckingham. Tipped around, but Gonzalez gets it. He's going to take the three, and he hits it. 2-point ball game, a minute to go.
And Gonzalez, a massive shot there. Wasn't shooting well from 3 before that. He was only 1 for 4. He's now 2 for 5. And this one has all of the feels that the first game of this session did.
I think we had a clock issue there for a second. Looks like we've got it resolved. 57.7 on the clock here. And a 2-point ball game. We had a barn burner in the first one, and here we come with the second one as well, as Northern State looking to protect their lead. Ian Smith to bring it down the floor.
It's almost the exact same situation. Washburn was down, was able to crawl back in it, and then just fell short, and now Southeastern Oklahoma was down 10 consistently and has found themselves back in this ball game.
Three-pointer from Bo Freeze, and he knocks it down. Bo Freeze makes it a 5-point Northern State lead.
And now you're in a little bit of panic mode.
And a block on the other side, that from Gabe King. No shot clock. Clock still running. And a foul called on Buckingham. Northern State with a 5-point lead, and now they've gotten it down to 23 seconds.
Had the opportunity, even after the three, to come back down and make something happen and put yourself in a better position, but not the best of shot selections from Adam Jaworski, and unfortunately that might cost them this one.
And a good defensive play by Gabe King as well to block that shot. First free throw from Smith won't go. Lead stays at 5. Still 2 possessions between these two teams. The second from Ian Smith. He hits it. That makes it 6.
It's going to be difficult for the Savage Storm, but it's possible nonetheless.
Buckingham, a long 3. He knocks it down. They're still alive. And a timeout called. Northern State still with work to do. They've done a good job thus far of keeping Southeast Oklahoma.
Played for, like we said, about the first 38 minutes of the ball game. Throughout the middle 20. First 10 minutes we were knotted up, going back and forth, and then Northern kind of ran away with a little bit. And then we saw Southeastern Oklahoma able to get back in it, just kind of chip away, and now they're down.
Jaworski doing a good job there to knock the ball out of bounds. And they'll reset. Lost a little bit of time there, did Southeastern Oklahoma. And they trap Kallman. They try to get a charge. Now they're going to have to foul somebody. And they do. Took a little bit of time to foul that time. Gabe King will go to the line. King, 2 for 2 from the free throw line tonight.
And King, a 91% free throw shooter on the year, 53 of 58 coming into this ball game. Not the person you want to put at the charity stripe in this position.
No, and he will take 2. The first of his 2, no good.
Broadcaster's curse. Say something about it, and you jinx it.
Well, we'll see how happy with you Coach Paul Sather is of Northern State. He may blame this one on you. The second from Gabe King, in and out. Opportunity here for Southeast Oklahoma with 6 on the clock. Here comes Jaworski, now to Buckingham. He's going to take the 3 at the buzzer. Not quite at the buzzer, 6/10 to go.
Oh,
long shot, no good. We tied the game. We're going to overtime, folks.
Oh, my. I do not think it could be more of a storybook game for Southeastern Oklahoma if you wrote this a little bit of action, to say the least.
Buckingham and Decker will be set to face off for the tip to start overtime. And possession goes to Southeastern Oklahoma State. Jaworski will bring it down for the Savage Storm.
And that buzzer beater gave Buckingham 35 on the game, 5 of 6 from deep.
Buckingham faces up at the top of the key. Now gets down low to Jet Jobe, who knocks down his 3rd shot of the night. Perhaps breaking a cold spell for him. Southeastern Oklahoma State takes their first lead since 11 minutes to go in the first half. A foul is called, that one on Jaworski. So Northern State will go back to the free throw line.
And that's going to be Jaworski's 3rd of the game, so not too much pressure on him, but thankfully they didn't call that one on either Gonzalez or Buckingham, because Gonzalez would have had 4, and Buckingham, that would have been his 5th.
First free throw from Decker doesn't go. Again, both teams struggling from the free throw line tonight. Just 50% for Southeastern Oklahoma, and that missed free throw makes it 40% for Northern State tonight, 6 of 15.
And one could make the argument that's kind of what lost, if they go on to lose, that's kind of what lost them this game. Had the opportunity to put the dagger in it from the free throw line was Gabe King and just couldn't do so.
And now it's Buckingham once again, top of the key for Southeastern Oklahoma. Lay-in from Job goes. It's a 3-point lead for the Savage Storm.
And I think Jet Job is kind of woken up here in this overtime period, and he's going to try and increase his shooting percentage just a little bit.
Andrew Kalman has the top of the key, and he can't hit from three. Rebound comes down to Job. You know, Job's been making those backdoor cuts all night long, and they finally started to find him on some of them.
And we saw it late in the second half where they really started to miss him on those, but like you said, able to find him.
Sorry, goes out of bounds and goes off of Southeastern Oklahoma. Northern State head coach Paul Sather thinks that one should have gone his way, and once again they have to tell the Northern State bench to sit down. They're not very happy about that.
And no, not at all. Sather's been kind of aggressive coming down the stretch, and a couple of warnings and another one to sit down there. Got to be careful because the next one might be a tech.
Southeastern Oklahoma has a 3-point lead and the basketball. 3:30 to go here in this overtime period. Jaworski's going to take the three, and he hits it. It's a 6-point game now.
And we could see a day of upsets, at least in the first session. The 6-seed Missouri Southern was able to pull it off in the first game, and now the 7-seed Savage Storm up right now.
3-pointer from Decker for Northern State. They answer. The Wolves answer and then take a timeout. They cut it to 3 with 3 to go. And just a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it here.
Might not even be a ball game. Buckingham really put himself in a good position down the stretch, as well as his teammates did, to be able to take this one to overtime and give him 35.
Speaking of Cole Dahl, he has been put back on the floor for Northern State, with them being down 3, a good 3-point threat to have. As Southeastern Oklahoma sets up with Buckingham on the left wing. Once again, faced up outside the 3-point arc. He sets a screen twice for Jaworski. Jaworski goes on the drive. He got the matchup he wanted and hit the layup.
And that's where you saw the 3-point shooting kind of take effect.
Cole Dahl for 3, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds, but a foul is called on Gabe King.
And that's where you saw, like I said, the 3-point shooting effect have an effect on defense-wise for Northern State. Buckingham really has got it going in the second half, and when he hit that jab step on King, it kind of forced him to hesitate and use his drop step a little bit, open things up on the offensive side for Southeastern Oklahoma.
Buckingham will go to the line for 1-1 here after he was fouled on the other side of the floor. Drops the first. He's an 80% free throw shooter. Prior to that, however, he was 0 for 1 on the night. Now 1 for 2. Buckingham drops the second. That makes another triple-digit score, this time Southeastern Oklahoma State. Northern State trails by 7.
And I was wrong about this one because, Ryan, I said at halftime if a team got to 100 in this one, it would probably be Northern, and that would secure the ball game, but actually it's Southeastern Oklahoma State.
Gabe King has it in the corner for Northern State. He steps back now, kicks to Decker, whose shot is blocked. He gets his own rebound and kicks it out to Ian Smith. 6 on the shot clock. 3-pointer from Freeze, no good. Tipped around and out of bounds off of Northern as Ian Smith goes flying into the tables over there. Hope he's okay. Hope everybody over there is okay as well.
I think there's a couple papers on the ground, but yeah, I think everybody's okay.
Took down the curtain that they had hanging in front of the table over there. Making sure everybody's all right. Everything's all right over there.
Thankfully, the guy that was sitting there in the seat that Smith flew into didn't have one of those nice fancy Macs, and he just had a couple of pieces of paper in him. Otherwise, that could have been a pretty costly jump there from Ian Smith, but hey, jumped in the exact right place.
We've hit the 2-minute mark just about here in this overtime period. 2 to go. Southeast Oklahoma State has a 7-point lead. Jaworski working the ball on the outside, trying to kill some clock. Down to 15 on the shot clock now.
And as they get a little touchy right there, King does, make sure to keep in mind one of the things the NCAA focuses on is that hand check rule.
Jaworski hits the 2, and that makes it a 9-point game. Northern State having to move quickly. Ian Smith on the drive, kicks it down low to Decker. He loses the basketball, and it goes out of bounds off of Northern State. And Southeastern Oklahoma State will take over. Buckingham will inbound against the press of Northern State. And a foul is called, and an injured player down.
And you never want to see that, especially with just a minute left in a minute 17 left in the game. Something that.
So to the free throw line goes Buckingham. I mentioned earlier he's an 80% free throw shooter. He's 2 for 3 on the night. Chance to make this a double-digit lead. The first half of the 1-and-1 goes.
That's a massive turnaround just over the course of the ball game, finding themselves in the same position that Northern State is.
They were down 6 with 17 seconds to play.
And Buckingham just took that one over.
Buckingham's second free throw goes. It's an 11-point game. Still a minute 17 to go. A lot of things can happen in that amount of time. Ian Smith works out to Cole Dahl. He's going to take the three-pointer, and he knocks it down. Cole Dahl cuts the lead to 8. That's his, I believe, 8th three on the night. 24 for him.
And Dahl is 8.
In this game, they're down 8. Southeast Oklahoma leads 104-96. Northern State's shot 60% from 3 today. Southeastern Oklahoma draws a foul. Jet will go to the line. Jet Job, 73% free throw shooter. As he'll head to the line for a 1-and-1. 2 for 2 from the line tonight.
Couple of big shots for him here if he can get him to go through from the charity stripe.
He's gotten himself up into double digits. He's got 11 on the game, 4 of 15 shooting. He was 2 of 13, so 2 of his last 2. Job's first goes. That makes it a 9-point Southeast Oklahoma lead. 3 possessions between these two teams. Job's second, no good. Northern State will head down the other way. Trailing by 9, looking to find a shot. It's Dahl. He hits it. Cole Dahl's 9th of the night. Northern State not out of this one yet.
And
they set up the press. And they give up the 2. Now an 8-point game.
You know, Dahl was your guy that you needed to get it to, and they did just that. Beautiful off-balance shot from him.
Smith draws a foul on the floor. Shot will not count. He's going to go to the line for 2.
Southeastern Oklahoma State foul number 11, DJ Henderson, his first. For Northern State.
Still 49 seconds left in this one. Whole lot of time. We saw Southeastern Oklahoma score 6 in 17 seconds to finish the regulation. And Northern State has the lead down to 7 now. And Smith's second free throw won't go. Buckingham is fouled. He'll go to the line, this time to shoot 2.
And I would have told you were absolutely crazy if you had told me that all 4 teams in the first session were going to hit triple digits, and they've done just that.
We have had a combined 408 points between the first 2 games today.
Which, with the way the regulation ended, we could still have a bunch more waiting in these last 46 seconds of the overtime period.
First free throw goes for Buckingham. Point total now at 409 for the day. And the second goes 109 to 100. Now 410 points between the first four teams of the Central Region. Dahl's going to take another three. This one off back rim, no good. Rebound comes down to Gonsalves, and he's fouled. 38 to go. Gonsalves will go to the free throw line to try to make this a double-digit game. The lead has swung. This has been a 14-point swing between the last 17 seconds, or 15 rather, point swing between the last 17 seconds of the game and overtime. Make it 16, 110 to 100. Gonsalves hits them both. It's an 11-point game now. Northern State's got work to do. Stranger things have happened, however. Ian Smith for three. He knocks it down. Off the bank. Timeout called by Northern State. Now an 8-point game.
He was looking for its change. Ian Smith found out that the bank was open, went and got that check cashed.
There were a lot.
The last 10 minutes of the ball game, and coming out of halftime, the Savage Storm did exactly what we said they had to do to be able to get back into this one, and look where it's got them.
And Southeastern Oklahoma to run the baseline. And a foul is called. Northern State was calling for a held ball, but they weren't going to get it. As a foul is called, and Buckingham will go to the line. They did a good job on the press. Forced a tough inbound.
And I think that was one of those calls that could have went either way. It was kind of like a block or a charge. You could have called it, you could have said that he held on to the ball, or you could have said that it was a jump. You could have went numerous ways with that one.
Buckingham will shoot two. His first goes. He is now 7 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. And 8 of 9. A 10-point ball game. Northern State, Ian Smith down. He'll take another three. This one no good. Rebound comes off of Northern State and out of bounds. And they're going to have to think to come close to ice in this game here if they can make some free throws.
I would think it's safe to say that if they hit one more free throw here, that might do it.
And Jaworski will go to the line as he's fouled with 20 seconds left.
For Southeastern Oklahoma State, Adam Jaworski to line for two.
Two shots from Jaworski. He knocks down the first.
And Ryan, I think that one's going to be the official dagger. I could be wrong based on what we saw at the end of regulation, but I think that one might do it, especially if he can tack this one on.
He knocks down the second one. He was actually the worst free throw shooter on the floor for Southeastern Oklahoma State at 68%, but he knocks them both down, makes the lead 12. Northern State can't hit. Now 13 seconds to go. They're going to have to take something. Ian Smith goes for another three. This one bounces around and it won't go. And Southeastern Oklahoma State is going to pull off the second upset of the day. The 7th-seeded Savage Storm get the win after coming back from a 13-point halftime deficit to force overtime and controlling the entire overtime.